Wow, welcome to this episode of Detective Tales. This is your ordinary story. Nana's ex-boyfriend, Caxense, a reporter for the Mexican Daily, received a mysterious anonymous letter. The start of the letter was so captivating that Caxense felt as if he had been struck by lightning, his whole body trembling. But it wasn't that big of a deal. Caxense felt numb all over, as if the killer had turned him into the star of a cooking show on the front page. He demanded to publish a postcard warning powerful women to stay indoors, or had sent them off to the cosmos. Caxense hoped the letter was fake, but the editor soon confirmed it using police privilege. The 6 victims' thigh birthmark was terrifyingly real. Caxense decided not to publish the letter, fearing public panic, but the killer said in the letter, "If you don't, it'll just keep killing. Not publicizing this. Are you ready to explain it to the future victims? It's really getting annoying." The TV station had transformed into a gossip tabloid, even interviewing the killer Uncle B in prison. This guy has killed more than a dozen, and after going to prison, he even published books that attracted a bunch of brain-dead fans. The host asked him, "Who do you think is the stripping killer?" Uncle B started analyzing like a pro. From the cases, the crime scene seemed almost like a festive ritual. They paid close attention to this. The front page news made all women uneasy and deeply concerned. The president's secretary held a press conference, accusing the newspaper of sacrificing ethics for clicks. What a panic fest. Mary wanted to solve the case quickly but was blocked by a lawyer. It was like a movie scene. Her husband Day just admitted to cheating. Mary kicked him out, and now he's found a lawyer to sue her. According to the law, a husband can request his wife to stay home and do house chores. Mary has just discovered today that there actually exists such outrageous laws in the country. She noticed Article 169 of the Civil Code. Isn't that the very number left by the killer at all crime scenes? We firmly believe that this was absolutely not merely a coincidence. They located Old Ure and discovered that all the victims were wearing uniforms, a startling revelation. The killer stripped them of their clothes. It was like an astonishingly bizarre fashion show. Rios wanted to publish this news to prevent more professional women from becoming victims, but Old Ure immediately shot it down. Earlier, they boldly checked cars, but the killer ended up puncturing them. Rios reminded the 3 sisters, "We too are targets." Mary pretended to be a reporter and quietly slipped into the prison to visit the murderer Uncle B. She wanted to borrow Uncle B's brilliance to analyze another killer. Unfortunately, Uncle B was uncooperative and proposed a deal with Mary. If Mary could procure her a piano, she would agree to help find the killer. Mary's identity was exposed, and she had to quickly escape the prison. That night, that guy took matters into his own hands. He couldn't let his son be led around by the nose by the president's secretary. The other guy had already caught the scapegoat, so let's get it done and silence everyone in the know. Under his command, all detectives changed into plain clothes and began to clean house. This included the bosses of the 6th victim and the supervisor of the 4th victim. These people were beaten up so badly that they were looking for their teeth and all vowed not to spell a word. And this whole scene was seen by Little Guy, while Caxense had new discoverers on his end. She called Nana to tell her that during the day, she visited the place where Anderson used to work, a real dummy modeling factory. Anderson's girlfriend also worked there, and after he was killed, she mysteriously disappeared. Caxense excitedly said she had new clues, but couldn't explain clearly over the phone and scheduled to meet an hour later. On the other side, Mary thought left and right, finally found a few movers to send the piano to prison. She desperately needed the killer's help. Every second she waited could lead to a new victim. More than an hour later, at the end of the month, Nana returned home to find the door wide open. It felt like a horror blockbuster. She called out a few times for Caxense, but the room remained silent and she got no response. Entering the house, she was met with chaos. Caxense lay unconscious in the snowdrift. In a sudden panic, Nonna hastily dialed the emergency services. This was indeed a critical moment. By the time the ambulance had hastily arrived at the scene, Caxent had already lost his pulse. When Brother Guy and his team rushed to Nonna's home, they found 169 numbers scribbled on the bedroom wall, a true mystery. Folks, even though there aren't many characters, let's take a look at the character chart. Don't forget to subscribe. To avoid confusing who's who, Mary used to be a full-time housewife, with family responsibilities towering high. She and her husband, Day, have a son and a daughter, but sadly, Day cheated, and now they are in the midst of a divorce. Nonna is Mary's sister, and her ex-boyfriend Caxent is now unconscious. Talk about a soap opera.